Shisuyaki, blue futon. Let's go in that box. Let's just go. 9. Produced by Tim Burton and Timur Benmes. Have I seen this before? Yes. It's an animated movie that came out in 2009. 2009. But let me go watch 9 and I'll let you know if it's a good movie. So I just got done watching 9. What is 9 about? Well, it's about these 9 ragdolls that are kind of in this World War I, World War II war zone. I want to say it looks kind of European, like Nazis try to make machines and the machines went against everyone. And during this time, the machines put out this chemical weapon that just evaporated every life on Earth. So now it's only these machines and these ragdolls. And why are these ragdolls alive? Because the scientist put his soul in these 9 ragdolls to stay alive, to kind of survive in the post-apocalyptic world. Sure, the humans are dead, so it's just ragdoll, so it's just human. It's no more humans unless the human comes out of the rubble like, I'm alive now. But anyway, that's the story. Ragdolls fight machines. So what's good about the movie? For being made in 2009, of course, animation is like 2007, 2008. It still holds up. It's nice looking. It's a very dark looking movie, like the special features said. A lot of people say it's dark, but someone like, no, it's not dark. But no, it is a dark movie with flashes of good lighting of yellow, the sun, red, and green. Voice acting in this is you have Elijah Wood, Christopher Plummer, Jennifer Connelly, Crispin Glover, and John C. Reilly. And they all voice their characters completely fantastic and normal like you would do in a voice acting movie. They all match what they're supposed to play. And the directing is also very smooth in this movie. Bad for the movie, I would have to say some of the animation is a little clunky, as well as the writing in this movie. I mean, you can't really fault a movie that's almost 10 years old, but there's some scenes where like a character moves and it doesn't look as right as normal. But I mean, that's just a fault that you just could like sweep under the rug for today's day and age. It's actually Starz Animation, which I didn't even know that satellite company or cable company Starz had their own animation studio. So blew my mind a little bit. But of course, their technology is not going to be as advanced because I don't think they've done as much as like these big Warner Brothers studios, even back in the day, or Disney, Pixar, or these other Fox, Blue Sky animation studios. But I would say the weakest for this movie is the actual story and screenwriting. Of course, there's two different things. You have a story of what you're trying to portray, and screenwriting, what you actually want to write on the paper. So the main issue I have with this is it doesn't really explain a lot. You know these ragdolls are there in this post-apocalyptic world of World War I, between World War I and World War II, but you don't know the whole backstory. You know these machines are there, but why ragdolls? How are these ragdolls still alive? Why are they alive? And the whole spindle thing they're talking about of killing the machines, like where do these ragdolls go at the very end? It just really explained. It's very linear because this was an Oscar nomination short, I think in 2005, so I think after this nomination it kind of said, oh, we could try to make this into a real movie. But there's a reason why it was a 10-minute short and an hour and 20-minute movie. Like I said, it looks fantastic, but it leaves a lot of open gaps of what's going on and what's happening in this world. Because I want more backstory. I want more humans instead of this scientists and these, I'm going to call them Nazis, that are forcing scientists to make these machines. I want to know what actually happened in other parts of the world, because this is basically, you could tell it's European architecture in this movie. So that's the biggest fault, is story. I want to know our script. I want to know what's happening or what happened in the past, but it doesn't. And it kind of leaves you on a cliffhanger of, so basically it rains at the end and you see these souls in the raindrops. You're like, what's going to happen next? Is it going to kind of like rejuvenate the earth of bringing life back? I don't know. It feels like there was supposed to be a sequel made and there wasn't. So that's also another bummer. So 9 does have some crisp animation, good directing and editing, as well as the voice acting. Bad. Some of the animation, well, I don't know if that's a good or negative, but some of the animation is a little clunky, like some quick twist turns, but I guess sweep that under the rug completely. So it's kind of like, mistake. And then of course the story and screenwriting where you're like, you want to know more, but it's very linear of just like, they want to know like a lot of action set pieces, action, and not a lot of backstory. And this movie would basically be way better to have backstory and kind of explain why ragdolls, why these machines are doing what they're doing, and just backstory. That's what it comes down to, backstory. So 9 will receive a 3 out of 5 blue futons, which equals a 60%. Now let's see what critics and user scores gave a 9. Your eyes are not deceiving you. If the shirt looks a little darker, it is because I filmed, put the stuff in the washer, and I realized when I started editing, this half the movie decided to just disappear. So, without further ado, let's continue on with this review. On Rotten Tomatoes, 9 received a 57 by the critics and 55% by the users, and here's the critic consensus. Though the story is perhaps too familiar and less compelling than some might wish, 9 is visually spectacular, and director Shane Acker's attention to detail succeeds in drawing viewers into the film's universe. I have to agree with that. Animation's amazing, even though, like I said, it's some clunky stuff, but it's one of those things you can sweep under the rug. And the story, I wouldn't say it's too familiar. Yeah, you could kind of say, oh, it's Germany, it's World War II, there's monsters trying to kill anyone. It's not that it being too familiar, it is not expanding enough to the before and after. Like I said, it feels like they want to make a sequel with this one, but it seems like it didn't make that much money. I think it made like $50 million worldwide on a $30 million budget, so of course they're not going to do it. But that is my pet peeve, is the expansion. I think an extra 15 minutes would actually do this movie a lot better in the long run, and I think it would have gotten a better review just with a little bit of backstory with the machines, humans, and ragdolls together. But hey, do you agree with my 60, the 57 critics, or the 55 users? Chase Acker, the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of this Blue Futon Utopia. You're Blue Futonians. Thank you for watching, and have a great day. Like I said, it's cool to have the ragdolls and a person put his soul and mind and his different, I guess, personalities into these 9 different dolls. Come on, with that ending, almost a cliffhanger. Tim Burton, the Russian that did Wanted, that's producing this and did Unfriended and produced other stuff. But hey, do a sequel if you can. Do it for less budget. Heck, try 20 million. Do it, Tim Burton. I challenge you to make a 9 sequel.